Hi, I'm Anthony from learningtoplaytheguitar.net. In this video we're going to learn how to use a capo, which is one of these things here. A capo, like the one in my hand here, is a device that allows you to easily change the tuning of the guitar by creating a temporary nut further up the neck. So the nut on the guitar is this white bit here on the end where the open strings are tuned from. But if we use the capo here, we can create a temporary version of that nut. So for example, placing it behind the 3rd fret here. Now we'll just change the tuning of the guitar, making it a higher pitched sounding instrument. So the idea of wanting to do this is it allows you to play songs in different keys, using easy to play open string chord shapes like A, D and E for example, while avoiding having to use more difficult bar chord shapes like F and B flat and awkward chord shapes like that. So a key is a selection of notes or chords that a song is set in. Often singers find certain keys or a range of notes easier to sing. However, some of these keys that singers like to sing in involve playing more difficult bar chord shapes, and so the capo actually helps you to get around having to play these bar chord shapes in these awkward keys. So for example, we're going to look at a 3-chord song in the key of C. We're using the 3 chords of C major, F major, or you can do F major this way as well, and G major. So often certain people aren't very good at playing bar chords. Obviously a lot of beginners aren't, of course, so the full version of F can be quite difficult to play, and even the what's called the half bar version, where we're only barring 2 strings with my first finger there, can be quite difficult to people to make work very well. So you can actually get around that by using a capo to play the same pitched chords but using easier chord shapes. So if I put my capo here on the 3rd fret, I'm now going to play this A major shape, which actually equals the pitch of C major. Then I just play the D major, the old triangle chord shape, and that's giving me the pitch of F major, and then the 3rd chord is E major here, which is actually giving me the pitch of G major. So it can be a little bit confusing that way, but at the end of the day what we've done is we've made the C, F and G chords equate to the A, D and E chord shapes, which are much easier chords to play, especially that F chord now has been replaced with an easier to play D chord shape. So just to hear how the pitch of these relate together, so this is C equals A, F equals the D chord shape, and again that chord there is G equaling the E chord shape. So if I take the capo off, just have a listen. Here's C, F and G. Put the capo back on just for comparison so we can hear what we're listening to. That's C, F and G. So we'll hear that the pitch of those chords is the same. Some of the notes are slightly different, but at the end of the day it's still the same 3 chords. So that's one of the magic things about a capo. So now I don't have to worry about playing the F, I can just play the D chord shape. So when you're looking at sheet music or even chords online, you'll see things written out, say, with capo number 3. So in this case, just staying with the idea of capo on behind the 3rd fret here, as we have at the moment, you won't see the chords written out, say, in our example we're saying that technically we're pitching the chords C, F and G. It will be more written out as capo number 3, play your A chord, play your D chord, and play your E chord. So that's sort of how the things will be written out that way. So it makes it fairly easy for people to understand how to play the simple chord shapes. So here's the song now using the regular chord shapes of C, F and G. So here's the song now, using the capo on fret 3, playing the chords of C, F and G, but we're going to use the A, D and E chord shapes.